Hello, beach friends. We're going to go on a gorgeous beach walk today. But before we do, I wanted to tell you that I personally stopped waiting. I stopped waiting for that magical thing in the future to come and make me happy. I found a quote that did a pretty good job of summarizing this for me. Stop waiting for Friday, for summer, for someone to fall in love with you, for life. Happiness is achieved when you stop waiting for it and you make the most of the moment you are in now. So I don't wait anymore. I am going to make today the best day ever, and I'm going to bring you along with me. What are we going to do? Well, I'm glad you asked, because we're headed to Kice Island, an uninhabited island nestled in the 10,000 island system in southwest Florida. We're going to be beachcombing, looking for seashells, and boy, oh boy, do we find a few really awesome specimens. So if you're ready to see what all is out there for us today, let's go to the beach. Yes, I am thrilled to be here because there's tons of seashells at my feet, and I've been stuck in the house for like a week. It had been raining here and raining and raining, but it churned up some stuff, so today should be fun. All right, yeah, I figure all the tours are coming through here. Yeah, it looks really impressive, but it's just a pile of stuff that's probably been here and picked through. But that's okay. We have an entire island of seashells to look for. Florida cone. Look how cool this one is. And it's in really good condition. Florida cones are super hard to find, not all cracked up. Oh, that's great. A great Florida cone. Yep, I already see our next. Yep. A lace murex. Oh, yeah, you're kind of missing some pieces. I'm going to keep you anyway. I've actually started collecting a little bit differently. And I'll explain that in a little bit later. Look how pretty that one is. So that's a Florida fighting conch, and it is gorgeous. It's got all the little check marks for me. It's a little zigzaggy. It's pointy. It's so pretty. There we go. There's an angel wing that isn't all busted up and full of barnacles. I don't know how. So I kind of want to wash it off because I can't quite tell. It's probably fine. And what do we got here? Okay, a moon snail. Look how weird the color is. So this has been here for a little while. Yeah, isn't that funny? I'm going to keep it. I'm totally keeping that like cream colored moon snail. Okay, parwelk. You're broken. Bub. No, that is a coffee melampus. Oh, isn't that cool? I almost called that a bubble. Well, that is awful neat. Oh, those are bubbles, not to be confused. So there is one coffee melampus in the middle, two bubbles left and right. Here is an apple murex. Yeah, now I definitely want to find some water. All right, anything else here I need to wash off? All right, I don't feel like going all the way down there, so I'm going to kind of look for a little puddle. Here we go. All right, apple murex. Ooh, look at how angular you are, nice and pointy. Yeah, I wash those off too, because why not? I'm here. Hopefully I wash off that angel wing too. Now this was there. I didn't want to forget, because sometimes I just get all wrapped up in the shells. The shell will be right there. I'll forget to grab it. So before I forget, I wanted to grab this apple murex. Yep, it's gorgeous. And then I finally washed that angel wing. Yeah, okay, cool. Looking good, angel wing. Oh, and then look at what do we got here? Oh, I don't know what I thought it was, but it is a West Indian false seraph. I actually thought maybe a ladderhorn snail. That's what I thought it might have been. Pretty cool. West Indian false seraph. Well, hello there, ribbed cantharus. Aren't you pretty? I've been finding those orange varieties of that shell. Okay, you see the little fighting conch, a little juvenile fighting conch. Excellent. Okay, a little tulip. Yeah, a little banded tulip. You're quite cute. Oh, a little top. No, I thought it was a top snail. What are you? Okay, that is a cayenne keyhole limpet. It's got a little extra hole. I'll probably just leave that here. Okay, there's a top snail. Yeah, that's a top snail. All right, a couple of little goodies in that little stoop. All right, I feel like today is definitely going to be a good day. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful. Holy cow. So yes, this is what is around me as I'm bending down, kind of going through all of these little piles. Look at this island. So it had been raining. I was really glad to finally get out here. And that's why last week I said, I don't know where I'm going to be because it had been raining so much. So Kice it was. Okay, cute little moon snail. Okay, that is a true shark eye. And a banded tulip. Yeah, it needs a date with bleach, and that's fine. It's a little moon snail, a little banded tulip. Okay, in case you were wondering, it is still beautiful here, but let's do a little check-in on the tide and the weather. So the app, my Weather Channel app, would not connect. So it is windy, about 90 degrees out. It was hot, and the tide is low. It's 0.29. It was pretty hot. It's summer. It's Florida. It's hot. All right, lightning whelk. Oh, that's a nice looking lightning whelk, if I do say so myself. Very common. I still can't resist them. Oh, a gaudy nautica, also known as a colorful moon snail. This is one of the seashells I really look forward to finding when I come down here. They're pretty common down here. The colorful moon snail. Lettered olive. Yeah, they're here. I was busy picking them up and figured I'd just let you know, yes, the lettered olives are here too. We have them glossy and pointy, and another shell that I can't resist. A worm snail. Oh, those are terrific. There's a couple different kinds of worm snails. I believe that one is the West Indian worm snail, not to be confused with the Florida worm snail. That is not confusing at all. Spiny jewel box. Oh, how purple on the bottom. So that's a spiny jewel box. Those are pretty awesome. Down here, you can find them hinged. So sometimes it's a 2-for-1 kind of deal. Another Florida cone. Are you complete? Yeah, and you're beat up too. Yeah, that's typically how the Florida cone, the condition of them. They must have very exciting lives. They are rebels, those Florida cones. And I hope this is whole. See, oh, it is. Little horse conch. The Florida state shell. The Florida horse conch. Cute little thing. It's always, those are one of the ones that get real big. Everyone's always hunting for the big ones. I kind of like the little ones myself, and I think that's what I'm hunting for right here. Another horse conch, little itty bitty one. What else? Yes, so that's an itty bitty horse conch, that little yellow one. Then we also have a little dusky cone and a Florida worm snail. Kind of get all freaked out. So spiral at the top and then the bottom just gets all weird. Florida worm snail. That is another. Bottom's a little weird on that one too. That was a little lightning whelk. Okay, so at this point I'm like, you know what? Sometimes I feel like if you just stare at a pile, the shells will kind of reveal themselves. And so that's what I did. I started staring at the pile, and sure enough, a gaudy nautica popped out. Okay. Fantastic. I know that those are here. All right, it needs a little help. I don't care. I'm going to keep that. And I'm going to go back. I'm going to stare at the pile again. All right, I did it. This time I saw the apple murex. Awesome. All right, cool. And I'm like, all right, what else is here? And I just started staring at the pile, and all of a sudden the shells would kind of reveal. That is another ribbed cantharus. All right, that's going to need help with bleach. That's okay. All right, back to staring at the pile. This time, oh, I found two things, and I didn't want to lose them. Okay, apple murex and a top snail. So those are probably the last two from staring at the pile. But it was funny. It was a fun exercise to just kind of stare at the pile, and then all of a sudden the shells just kind of appeared. Oh, alternate talon. Yeah, there were tons of them. So that is an alternate talon. Kind of looks like an oversized rose petal talon. Yeah, there was a lot of them. They've been hanging out here a while. So those are a little bit dried. They look kind of dry. They're not like glossy. Oh, see, now there's one of those hinged spiny jewel boxes. Yeah, the hinge, I'm going to try to leave it like that. I'm going to put that in my delicates container to try to keep the hinge. Well, I don't know why, just because. This kind of looks like a fun way to keep that shell. Oh, look how pretty you are. calico scallop with a little bit of orange and beach stuff. Man, that beach stuff picked right off. I caution you, if you do that, be careful. Don't use your thumb because you could cut yourself. I hate when I do that. Okay, what do we have? Oh, please let this be. And I was hoping it was a rose murex. Would you look at that? So for me, this is like, I'm going to try to be calm here and not like freak out. This is like a bucket list shell. Look at the little, oh my goodness, the little spikes on the tail. Oh, and the top, it's so pretty. So that, my friends, is a rose murex. Sometimes the bottom will be broken off, and you definitely don't always get those little spikes on the tail. Oh my God, that's the most perfect one I've ever found. I'm so excited. Oh, that was awesome. Same color. That's a Florida horse conch. So yeah, I'm still like, overjoyed about the rose murex. I'm still happy about this. You are adorable. You're coming with me. What else? Oh, look at you. So some lace murexes, yeah, they are just the laciest. Oh, it's so pretty. It's dirty. I'm going to have to clean it up, but gorgeous lace murex. Kice, you're too good to me. Another angel wing. Beautiful island. There's a couple. I don't have the whole place to myself. There are a couple other people here. This is probably a live. Yes. So I will leave you there. Actually, I'm not. It's kind of hot. So I'm going to bring you, and I'm not going to drop you in a little puddle because those are hot too. I'm going to get you into the Gulf, my friend. So I got all the way down. There we go. There you go. Even though the Gulf is a little bit warm too. Still not as warm as some of those puddles. They can really kind of get hot. Beautiful bay scallop. And I know it's broken. I don't care this time. I'm going to hold on to that. Lovely broken bay scallop. Now, that is a lovely example of an alternate tellin. I was picking up those kind of dry ones earlier. I think they're kind of pretty. And sometimes they'll have a little bit of like a splash of yellow on the back of them. The alternate tellin. Oh, lovely bay scallop. That is just lovely. They're also really fun to dip in acid. They come out so good. So that's a bay scallop. Oh, good. Another empty apple murex. Oh, you are in great condition. So, we have a little weird buggy. Nah, I left that at Kice. What do we got here? A horse conch. Oh, you are nice. You're not quite pony. That's a great size, though. Oh, it's lovely. So that is another gorgeous. Now, sometimes that's a horse conch, but they can be yellow or orange. That one was a little bit on. You can get them albino, too. This, I would have kept that. And it's broken. It was just so shiny and pointy. Oh, yay, another angel wing. Awesome. Now, some of them, once they get, I see another one I'm going to check out. The smaller angel wings, I started putting them in my delicates container. The larger ones are okay. That one's broken. Yeah. But the ones that are smaller, I'd say anything smaller than like 2 or 3 inches, I put in my delicates container. And that nutmeg, I know it's a little bit beat up. I'm going to keep it anyway. Yep. I'm starting to collect a little bit differently. Yep. All right. I saw the bottom of, that is one of those colorful moon snails. Oh, look at that. Just beautiful white calico scallop. Beautiful white alternate tellin. So a couple of white, and we'll round this off with a bay scallop. A couple of great bivalves. Florida cone. Nice color. I gotta wash you off. Let's see if I can find a puddle or something. All right, found the Gulf, and you are great. You're kind of missing a little piece of your bottom, but this time, I don't care. I'm gonna hold on to you. And ladies and gentlemen, the view is ridiculously beautiful. So I'm gonna be quiet, and I'm gonna let you enjoy some beach time. Now, if you're one of my regulars and I've been to Kice, what's really fun for me is normally there's tons of seashells, but they're not like on the beach per se, like where the water is. They tend to get pushed way up onto the beach. So it's funny when you shell at Kice, I'm not typically in the water, which is like my favorite place to go shelling. All the seashells are kind of up on the rack lines and stuff. So just kind of interesting. You know, one of the most shelliest islands I know doesn't have shells in the water. Go figure. Oh my goodness, it's beautiful here. So I actually shot a couple different beach time videos because it was so pretty. Yeah. So believe me, at this point, I am pinch me. I am so happy to be out. I'm happy to be here. I'm finding beautiful seashells. The view is gorgeous. I mean, does it get better than this? I don't know. What I can tell you is there is absolutely no place on earth I would rather be at this very moment. I wanted to be there doing what I was doing, and it was absolutely beautiful. So lucky. All right, we got another big mama here. When you find the bigger lightning whelks, those are going to be females. Yep. I'm going to leave you right where you are. Let's see. Maybe we can score another Rose Murex or an alphabet cone. The future is bright. This, thwarted. This is a broken rough scallop. And you know what? Don't care. I'm going to keep it anyway. You lovely rough scallop, you. Could it be? No way. I never even considered an albino ribbed cantharus. Whoa, that is so cool. Now the top, it's a little, I feel like it's pink, like it's not white albino. I'm still really excited about it because I just like the rib cantharus shells anyway, and it's kind of white, and I found a second one. I was like, what? Okay, so I found a pair. Are they albino? They look like in such great condition. I don't know. They're going in my special shell box, though. I will tell you that. All right, that is a broken lace murex. And it looks a lot like an apple murex when it's kind of broken like that. I'm going to keep that anyway, even though it's broken. Let us talk about periwinkle shells. So this is a cloudy periwinkle shell. These little critters, they're not really land snails. They're not really sea snails. Little periwinkles. And then this shell that is not white, well, it's not completely white, is called a white Atlantic semele. And I'm just not sure, just because they're never like completely white. But that is a white Atlantic semele. Now, Kice Island, for the most part, really kind of looks like this. It's pretty much a lot of dead trees, but hang in there. We're going to go to the very south end of Kice Island, and it's so pretty. Oh, another coffee melampus. Now you can really kind of get a good look at that. So this is the one that I kind of looks like a bubble. This one's got some nice color on it. So that is a coffee melampus. Kind of a neat little shell. Oh, there's another one of those ribbed cantharus. So those other two quote unquote albino ones I found, here's one that has that regular coloring on it. Oh, it's pretty. Top snail. Yep. Only once have I ever found a live top snail. But that is a collectible one. Oh, fantastic. I don't normally get to see critters on Kice. So these are also cloudy periwinkles. We had picked up one of those seashells earlier, and these are the actual snails. They tend to stay in the splash zone, but I actually think I see some mangrove periwinkles in there too. So anyway, those are little tiny periwinkles. They kind of typically live, how far are they? They really got to wait for that tide to come back in. So that's what they're kind of doing. They're hanging out, waiting for the tide to come in. They like to hang out where the break is in the, not under the water, not high and dry, just kind of somewhere in between. Okay, I'm going to have a shell nerd moment. So shell nerds unite. This is an Atlantic giant cockle. Normally they're a lot darker. Oh, look at that. Normally I talk about the cranberry color, and this one is just like blush with pink. So is it albinistic? I don't know. It's just a different color, and I really loved it. I'm going to hold on to that. That is a paper fig. That is in fabulous condition. So yeah, those are rather delicate. It'll hold up in my bag okay, but it's a paper fig. Oh, another angel wing. Fantastic. Oh, I'm not surprised when you think about wind events. Yeah, wind and rain. Well, we had all that rain, not so much wind, but wind will absolutely put tons of angel wings up onto the beach. So we're starting to get kind of toward the south end of the island. And yeah, we normally don't have a view that looks like this. We normally don't see beach. And one of the reasons is because we're normally up on the north end of the island. Why did we come here? Well, because I only tour with the best. I always go out with Allie from SWFL Shell Guide. She is going to research and figure out where the best shot at us getting shells are. Today, it happened to be toward the south end of Kice. And so we did a different tour. Never know where I'm going to be. And I just trust her. She can't guarantee there's going to be shells there, but she will do her absolute best to bring you to where she thinks there's going to be the best opportunity for you to find these Florida beach treasures. So I always go out with Allie, and I'm so happy that I do. Plus, she's a wonderful human being. All right. What other treasures are we going to find? Lightning whelk, it's a little beat up. I completely never checked the pear whelk. Let's look at this lightning whelk. All right, that one looks pretty good. All right. What about? Oh man, I wish we met sooner, shark eye. Right, scanning. Try not to go too fast. Another lightning whelk. Excellent. And a third. Okay. All right. Do a little bit of rinsing. Throw them in the bag and see what else we can find on this lovely island. Ooh, this is looking a little Wentel trappy. And I have found Wentel traps here on the north end of the island. So we'll just have to see what happens to turn up. All right, looks like a true tulip decided to make an appearance. Awesome. Well, that's a fabulous little shell. And they're fun to dip in acid too. So that's a little true tulip. Oh, cool. An egg cockle. That's pretty cool. This is a common egg cockle. They only get so big, and it makes sense. It's like an egg, very smooth. I like when the names make sense. This is got to be the most pristine dusky cone I've ever found. The colors on that, I've never seen one in such great condition. A little dusky cone. That is awesome. Guess what? Guess what that is? It's not a little lace murex, and it's not broken. It is not an apple murex. It is not a rose murex. That is a pitted murex. This is only the second one I've ever found. The first one, I didn't realize I had it until I came home and I was going through my shells. I'm like, holy cow, I found one. So that, my friends, I wouldn't say it's necessarily rare. I don't know. It's only the second one I've ever found. Maybe it is. So that is a little pitted murex. And this is so fun. I am not used to Kice looking like this. Like a little outcropping and kind of like check things out, do a little more exploring over here. Normally we're up wandering around up among those trees and everything, so it's nice to actually have a little bit of sand and a little bit of water to kind of walk around. Well, is there going to be anything here? That's the question. And I guess I'll answer this one. I had a little love affair with this Florida Fighting Conch because it was already naturally shiny and kind of yellow. It had a beautiful stromboid notch, and yeah, so that Fighting Conch and I had a little conversation that ended up in my shell bag. I grabbed this gross garbage. I always take garbage that I can carry off the beach. And then this is the view. Just kind of wandering around. It was so happy. So I'd mentioned a couple times I'm collecting differently. I just finished a shell mirror, and there were so many opportunities for small, like broken shells I could have used. So I'm going to probably hold on to just more than I used to. Collect a little differently, that's all. Oh goodness, you're so pretty. I'm still always going to hold on to those beautiful bay scallops. All right, so most of the things we see here, they're the ponderous arcs. So those black and white shells, those are ponderous arcs. This is a Florida prickly cockle. Yeah, you try to go home with at least one of those every time I go to the beach. And I came over to check out the shark eye, and it's kind of, yeah, It's most of a shark eye. It was actually much, much bigger than that. It has broken apart. We'll just leave that there. And I'll hold on to this awesome bay scallop. So the south end of Kice is absolutely gorgeous. I have not been here. This is actually the first tour I ever took, the first shell tour I ever took. I came to the south end of Kice Island. So that was a brand new experience. I was a brand new sheller. So coming back again several years later, getting to see it was rather nice. And what do we got here? Oh, I'm going to unearth a common nutmeg. Let's see. Oh, good. Water's right here. Oh, that's a great looking nutmeg. Fantastic. All right, so that is a common nutmeg, and that is the last shell I collected from Kice. This day was so beautiful. I got some great exercise. I was out in nature, and I got a lot of really fantastic souvenirs. So before we completely leave, our water temperature went from about 89 down to about 83 from all of that rain that I had mentioned that we had last week. Garbage, I took 1.6 ounces, which equates to 0.1 pounds, but it doesn't matter. It all adds up. So I've removed a little bit over 51 pounds of garbage off the beach. And I've also removed some top snails, giant Atlantic cockle, that Florida prickly cockle. I see a bunch of those lightning whelks, some of those Florida fighting conchs, including some small ones, and alternate talons, that egg cockle, the periwinkles. I'm going to slide to the right, talk about the apple murex shells. There was one weird kitten paw on that mussel shell. And then these scallops, most of them are the bay scallops. And then we get down, there was a couple rough scallops, a lot of the calico scallops, some of those lettered olive, some of those lace murex shells. Then we're going to slide where, okay, some of the tinies, the button snails, little horse conchs. We did have a little marginella in there, some coquinas, that West Indian seraph. There was a crown conch, the nutmeg, the Florida cones, the coffee melampus. You got a bunch of those. Up there, there's a couple of rib cantharus. There's the true tulip, a couple of the banded tulips. Slide down. We got some moon snails, the regular shark eyes, and the colorful moon snails. One pair, well, some worm snails. One paper fig, one auger, some of those angel wings. There's bubbles, spiny jewel boxes, a couple of small tinies, and that giant Atlantic. And then my favorites of the day were these: that rose murex, the pitted murex, that one Florida cone, the lace murex, the dusky cone, and those two very white ribbed cantharus shells, which I don't know why I'm not just going to dive in and call them albino, but I just think that they're super cool. It was a beautiful day. I got fabulous souvenirs. It was really, really fun. Thank you so, so much for watching and coming along. And Patreons, you know, or I hope you know, how much I appreciate you monetarily supporting me, allowing me to go out and do things like this. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Next week, we are going shelling. It is a very, very different video. I haven't looked at the footage yet, but the term heartwarming comes to mind. So I hope you have yourself a great week, and I will see you again next Sunday.